So today I'm going to show you how to graft trees, and here I'm gonna do apple trees, but in the same way many different kind of trees can be grafted. Apples, pears, and all the stone fruit like peach and plums, prunes, cherries. But like when it comes to trees like walnuts or avocados or like citrus fruit, there may be some different methods used, like for example budding with citrus trees. And I think that's the most important thing, to look out for disease-resistant rootstocks, and to find them is the best way to find in a local nursery what is the disease-resistant rootstocks that you want to grow from. And it then depends on what kind of size of tree you want to grow, and also what type of soil it is, because in a heavy clay soil you may need a different kind of rootstock than in a sandy, loamy kind of soil. And also what size of tree you want to grow, it always comes down at the end to how are you going to prune the trees. So a lot of this depends on the rootstock, but most of all is to find really disease-resistant rootstocks, so it will free you from having to use chemicals to control diseases later on once the trees grow. And then the choice of scion like what we're going to use. I have twigs here of an apple tree that I have taken about 6 weeks ago from the tree, and it's the first year growth. Also there you want to look out when you get the graft wood. You want to choose a healthy tree, and basically then when the buds are still dormant, you cut them from the tree and put them into a plastic bag with a little bit of moist paper at the bottom into the fridge, and keep it dormant for about 6 weeks. And we are here towards the end of September now. That's the time when the buds of the roots start to move, and you start to see that the sap in the tree start to flow, and that is the time to graft it. So what I'm going to show you first is to graft one with the same thickness. So I will go into the detail now. We look out that we may use 3 buds of the scion wood that we're going to attach here, and we see exactly where is the tree has about the same thickness. And then I may talk about the tools that we use as well. I simply use a very sharp pocket knife, which I have used many times for grafting. But if you really want to do more, you also want to acquire a special grafting knife. And what I have here is a grafting tape, which is a tape that stretches very well, so we are able to tie the 2 pieces of the tree together without leaving any air gaps. And we have secateurs here that are also good if they are sharp, and then we can basically get on to our work. So we cut them in an angle, and it should very nice cut here, and again we look out to do the same cut on the cyan wood. And we check them out if they fit together very nicely. And once we have the same angle, the same surface here and here, we cut 1/3 down. We cut straight down into the root, maybe 1 centimeter down, and we do the same here. We come 1/3 up and cut into there. Then we come 3 butts up, and maybe 2 millimeters above the butt, we cut it, and then we're able to put these 2 tongues, push them together, so we have like a V shape where the 2 pieces of the wood, you know, touch together. And then we're going to tie them up with a tape, and we just take like maybe 1/2 meter. That's a bit much for this small tree, but we start winding it around. And just tie it nicely together with a little bit of tightness. And we leave in the beginning a little end out so we can just tie them together after once going up and down. And make a little knot. And so here we should see in probably 2 to 3 weeks time, we will start to see that the buds start to grow, and they should start to become the tree that we want to grow. And now I'm also going to show you to graft one when you don't have the same thickness of the tree, and how to attach them. So where we want to put the graft, we cut the tree off, then we look out again for the piece of graft wood that we want to use. And we cut in a right angle to create like a tip outside and like a triangle pointing down. Then we lengthen it off at 3 butts, and we look up, you know, how big a V we need to cut into the tree. We see how far down it needs to go, and then simply cut a V into there. And then we see how good a job we have done, and we insert it here, and that looks pretty good. So we're going to tie this into here, and we make sure that the green layer underneath the darkness of the bark, that is the cambium, and it is important that the cambium touches with each other, the cambium of the root and the cambium of the cyanwood. So we put the graft in there and then tie it in. And here, if the root is not too big, we are able to seal it off simply with tape. If the tree is bigger, and we maybe put in 2 or 3 different grafts in the same root, that's when we want to change an apple tree that we were not happy with, and we want to graft a different variety on it. When we have a bigger diameter, we may seal off the wound with a tree wax, and so the tree will not lose too much energy through the open wound. So here we should get 2 perfect apple trees from that, and soon we will see them grow. And it is good to leave them in for 1 season, and next winter they will be ready to plant out. Depending on the fertility of the soil and the root, but often we can get half a meter or a meter of growth, or even more, in the first year. I'm going to graft another tree which has 2 shoots, but the roots can also in a year's time be divided, so I'm gonna graft them both. And so I'm gonna do this one first, which is again not the same thickness. Take it off. Cut in a 90-degree angle, and create a tip like this, and then we find out about the size of the weed that we need to cut into the root. Cut a nice V, and we check out how this fits into there. It can just be a little bit longer here, so it's easy also just to take a little bit more out if you don't get it right the first time. And so I'll have a look now. Yeah, that looks perfect. So I cut it off at 3 butts and get ready to tie that on. And now we're going to do this one also. Make the same cut on this one. And then we cut again about 1/3 down of the cut. Just make a little cut into there. And the same here, 1/3 down. We cut into there. And then we take it to 3 butts and see if we can join them together. And so they should, like a V, go into each other. And then when they are ready to be tied together, we tie them together. Make sure that you get a very good fit so the cambium meets well. So we have another one ready to grow. So this is my grafting for today. Enjoy your day.